Hello, friends, and welcome to Shuddy Uppy, Let's Talk King of Queens podcast. My name's Steve Lont, and we have a great show for you today. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Dusty Salisbury, and you know him for his famous, hilarious King of Queens TikTok reenactments with his lovely wife. Dusty, how are you today?
What is up, you demented old circus monkeys? I'm doing good. How you doing tonight?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We didn't get a rating review on the podcast app, but we have gotten some feedback on Facebook. So I'd like to read a couple of comments before we get started. What do you think, Dusty?
Heck yeah, man. We got a lot of great feedback, so go right ahead, brother.
All right. So Tara Lynn Wilkerson says it's way too – well, first of all, I should preface this by saying you asked, has anyone listened to the podcast and what do you think? And Tara Lynn Wilkerson says it's way too funny. If you have not checked it out, I highly recommend it. So that one I liked a lot. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
And then Aaron Meager, our friend especially from the last episode, writes, "It's great, guys. You are both very funny and talented. I have enjoyed the ones I've heard. Need to catch up on the ones I've missed." So yeah, Aaron, you make sure you get on that and let us know what you think about the other ones.
You better.
Yeah, you better, Aaron. So today we have a great guest for you. He's loved the King of Queens for a really long time. He's from upstate New York near the border, and he works his butt off with 3 different jobs. Please welcome to the show, Andrew Brousseau. Andrew, how are you today, bud?
I am doing great, guys. How about you?
Doing excellent, man. Doing excellent.
Doing awesome.
Looking forward to this, man. First of all, we appreciate you coming on. Kind of asked you last minute, but it sounds like you're ready to go. As you know, we talk about the show, and we're going to ask you some trivia questions. But tell us a little bit about yourself before we start. I know you're a huge King of Queens fan, so how long you been watching the show?
So funny story. My mom discovered it like in 2009, like just when it ended or something like that. And so my mom told me about it, and so I watched an episode before, and I'm like, this is actually funny. Like Kevin James is hilarious, and it was on TV Land, I believe. I think TV Land got some rights to it. And so every Christmas or every night I'd watch almost all the episodes. I even own the DVD collection of the King of Queens. So every once in a while, if I'm in a mood for a little shuddy uppy, I will definitely put it in my Blu-ray and watch all my favorite episodes as much as I can.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's great, man.
Yes.
So you kind of discovered it toward its end, but you really do appreciate the show, it sounds like.
Oh, yes. It's 10 out of 10. Just with the whole show.
10 out of 10. All right. I love it.
Yeah.
Starting off hot.
Or actually, to be fair, I want to re-say that. I want to say it breaks my scale. Because it's so funny. It's so funny.
It is.
I love it. Kevin James is gold.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, man. I see where we're going with this. I'm excited,
Yeah.
man.
Definitely.
So like I said, we're gonna ask you some trivia.
Alrighty.
And then we're gonna talk about our favorite quotes, ponderings, and then review and rate the show, review and rate the episode. Okay.
Alrighty. No problem.
All right. So to get started, we are going over season 7, episode 20, entitled "Catching Hell." It was written by Michael J. Whitehorn, David Litt, and Chris Downey. It was directed by Rob Schiller, and it originally aired on April 20th, 2005. Wow. So we're talking almost exactly 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. This episode can drive now, Dusty.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So that was a dad joke, I guess. Anyway, episode synopsis.
Listen, I got you, man. I understood what you were saying.
I
got you, brother.
I know. All right, episode synopsis. Carrie has a work event at the ballpark, and she's trying very hard to impress a client, but Doug makes it very difficult. So that's pretty good, and I think that pretty much sums it up. All right, here we go. Trivia question number 1, Andrew.
Alrighty, let's hope.
Where
Go ahead. Sorry.
Where are the gang? That's okay. Where's the gang going at the beginning of the episode? Specifically, where?
Okay. They are going to Shea Stadium for a baseball game. For the Mets.
Excellent. They got skybox seats.
I was gonna say skybox, but
for the Mets.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're doing great, man. That's perfect. It's definitely an acceptable answer.
Perfect. I was gonna say skybox, but yeah, I'm like, ooh, should I say skybox? I'll just say Shea Stadium.
You guys ever been to like a skybox or like a luxury box for a sporting event?
I have not. The closest baseball game I've been to was Montreal, actually, when they were the Expos, the Washington Nationals. Wow. And I was like 8 years old, and I went with a friend.
Oh, wow.
And it was really fun.
Cool.
And I haven't gone to a baseball game since, so I'm actually itching to go to another one. It's been a long time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But like you said, right? You can't do the skyboxes, Dusty?
Hell no. I got to be on the field, man. I can't watch. If I were to watch a game from the skybox, I'd rather stay home and watch the game. I got to be on the field.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to think of what I got a skybox for. Like, it was like the Ice Capades or something. It was something crazy. Like, and you know, only because like all the free food and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I did go to like a skybox for a Rangers game, New York Rangers game, but that's pretty much it. So, all right. Yeah, no, I got you guys. You gotta be on the field with the action. I like it.
Definitely.
Now, I heard the skyboxes were fun because, I mean, like you said, you get free food and stuff like that. My wife got skybox seats one time for a Durham Bulls baseball game, and she said she enjoyed it because she got free food. But I don't know. I mean, I would enjoy the free food, of course. I mean, come on, look at me. But I mean, even though you can't look at me through the podcast, yeah.
I know we tend to do that a lot. We tend to do that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, you're good. You're 1 for 1, Andrew.
Glad to hear that.
Number two. What does Doug claim he did for everyone to enjoy before they left for the game?
Oh, shaved the Mets logo on his chest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
He says he shaved the Met because Carrie says don't do anything embarrassing. He's like, well, I already shaved the Mets logo into my chest, and it's not just for you to enjoy.
Yeah.
That was great. I could just picture Doug doing that and like taking off his shirt at the game and like
Definitely
showing everyone, you know, getting on the jumbotron.
Yeah.
You guys ever like paint your face or do anything crazy like that for a game?
I have not.
No.
I think it'd be cool.
I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to. I'm a huge fan. Like, when it comes to my teams, I am psychotic. You can ask my wife. I am psychotic when it comes to my teams. And it sounds bad, but I mean, it's kind of a good thing. Like, I get nuts with my teams, and I have never once painted my face or painted my body or anything like that for a game. I should, though. I really should.
Yeah, you should. And you should take pictures of it and post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
If anything, do it for the show, man. Do it for the show.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
I will tell you, it wasn't for a sporting event, but I did paint my face. Me and like 8 of us. We went to a Kiss concert down in South Carolina back in like 2000, 2001, and we painted our faces like all the Kiss members. It was awesome.
Nice.
One of the best concerts I've ever seen. It was so cool.
Man.
Hopefully my cousin Mike's listening.
Kiss.
Yeah. Oh, Kiss. It was so good, man. It was such a great show. Even if, you know, I didn't know all their music at the time. Like I knew some songs, but it was just so freaking cool.
Yeah. I bet.
And yeah, it was fun. Man.
Yeah, I would love to see Kiss. Well, I swear, like, cause with my parents, like, I grew up on the old music and all that, and I still listen to the old music from like the '80s and all that, and I just love that kind of music. I mean, it's just great.
What about you, Andrew? You like that kind of music, or are you more of a?
I will tell you this right now. I'm a lot younger than you guys, so the music I listen to is more of today, like rock music of today. But there is some songs that I do like from back in the day, like Aerosmith. I do like a couple of their songs from back then. There's a couple more. I just can't think of them. I just can't think of them at the top of my head.
Hey, we ain't that old.
First of all, we're not that old, and you're not that young. I mean, you saw an Expos game before they became
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a while ago, man.
I would say my age, but I'm not gonna go. But I'm not gonna go there. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? I have done something crazy. I forgot.
Yeah.
When I played college baseball, I cut my hair into a mohawk, and then I shaved the seams of a baseball into the side of my head. So the area that we shaved, where there was no hair, we put the seams of a baseball on the side of my head. Because everybody was doing it on the team, so we were all cutting each other's hair and putting mohawks on it, and then we just put seams of the baseball on our head. That's the only crazy thing I've done.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
That's
I'd love for you to dig. You have to have a picture of that. So,
man,
if not, you got to recreate it.
Right. Yes.
All right. Question number 3, Andrew. What does Doug put on his hot dog?
Mayonnaise on his hot dog.
Mayonnaise. You guys do that? I've never put mayo on a hot dog.
No.
Oh yeah.
Dusty's saying yes, and Andrew's saying no.
I am surprised Dusty approves of Doug's hot dog, because after seeing that, I'm like, ugh. Who puts mayonnaise on a hot dog?
It's pretty good. Look, I do a lot of crazy stuff, and my wife will tell you. Like, I put mayonnaise and cheese on my barbecue sandwiches. I dip my steak in ketchup.
I do that.
That's a sin.
Yeah, and that's everybody says that. And when I eat tacos, I put ranch on my tacos with the hamburger meat and cheese and lettuce, and then I dip it in ketchup.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
Look, I saw your face after I said that. Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of weird eating habits.
I've never put mayo on a hot dog, but I have put cream cheese on a hot dog. They do that out in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
I was stationed out there back in the early 2000s, and it's actually not that bad.
Huh.
Putting cream cheese on a hot dog.
I ain't never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'll put barbecue sauce and ketchup, but not mayo.
I'll put ketchup on a hot dog.
All right.
And that's the only thing I'll do.
You gotta. Yeah. I mean, obviously mustard is a staple, but I'm not a big mustard guy.
Neither am I. I'm very picky when it comes to certain foods. So.
All right. All right, you're 3 for 3, man. Here we go. Question number 4: Who pretends to be Carrie's husband?
Spence.
Spence. That's right. And that part was so funny, man. Dusty, what did you think of that?
Oh,
that was hilarious. That whole storyline that he was feeding to Carrie's client was hilarious.
Oh man.
Play along, will you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. So while Carrie and Doug are at the ballpark, Arthur's back home. And what is Arthur and Holly doing back home?
Preparing a dinner party that Arthur planned.
That's correct. He's throwing a dinner party. It's kind of random. But it's definitely an Arthur thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And it it has nothing to do with going to the ballpark, obviously. And actually, they don't even intercept. They don't. Arthur doesn't interact with Doug or Carrie at all in this episode. So
yeah.
And
Arthur's a crazy old man, but he's very classy. Very classy.
He is. Well, he tries to be.
Yeah, right.
He tries to be very sophisticated and classy.
Yes.
But we come to find out, somebody outdoes him. So.
Oh, definitely. And out is a very key word.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back at the ballpark, and basically Carrie kicks Doug and Deacon out, and they have to go find some seats to sit in because they can't go in the skybox.
Yep.
Obviously, because Doug gets the whole reason for Spence being Carrie's husband was that Doug accidentally put his hot dog with mayo and ketchup and mustard all over the client, Carrie's client. So Doug's sitting in a seat, and he's getting something thrown at him by a kid. What's he getting thrown at him?
Carrots from a kid.
That's absolutely correct. Baby carrots.
Baby carrots. Oh, damn, I was
On
gonna
a
say
roll.
baby carrots, but I was gonna say carrots. So.
So that whole scene is hilarious. Give bonus points for you, Andrew.
Okay.
That I don't have on here. Who played the kid's mother?
That would be Jerry Stiller's daughter.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Amy Stiller. Yep. And I'm proud to say that, right, Dusty? Amy likes our some of our posts sometimes.
Heck yeah, and she even started following us on our Study Uppy Instagram.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Perfect.
Maybe one
man.
day we'll have her on the show.
That would be great. That would be great, man.
Where's my phone? I'm gonna follow you guys on Instagram. Darn it. Oh, here it is. I found it. Never mind. I'll do it later.
As Andrew looks for, yeah. Make a note for later, Andrew.
Follow.
So he's getting.
There we go.
So he's getting baby carrots thrown at him, and this kid is really going to spell trouble for Doug. So
Yes, definitely.
All right, so now we're back in the skybox. What does Carrie's client do to Spence when Carrie walks away?
I want to say she starts to what's the word I'm looking for? Like get attracted to Spence because of the knowledge he has of the suit that she's wearing and all that.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yep, she's getting attracted to him and starts hitting on him.
Yes.
Yep.
So funny, man. And
that's hilarious.
yeah,
And then Carrie getting mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
her
Carrie
fake-
she gets offended.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with you too. Yeah, but actually, I have a thing for you. I want you to go to this place for me.
Yep.
which is the next question. Where does Carrie's client want to send Carrie?
Bahamas.
Bahamas. Look at
Nice.
that, Andrew. You walked right into that one. You
Right,
walked right into
yeah.
that question.
I had a
Yeah.
feeling because I'm like, I know the answer, so I'm gonna leave it as blank. So.
Yeah, I like how you did that. That was good.
That was good, man. But yeah, no, that whole scene with Spence and Carrie getting upset. So Dusty, if you had a or Andrew, if you had like a significant other that was pretending to be, somebody else, and they start hitting on him, would you guys get pissed or what?
If I'm going first, I'd be a little upset. If it was just for pretend.
Yeah.
Depends
Yeah,
on the
because they
side.
don't know any. Yeah, they don't know any better, right, Andrew?
Yeah, definitely. I'd be like really upset. I would have done what Carrie was about to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like rip her a new one, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Dusty? You said it depends on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. I would probably get a little upset about it, but I don't know. I'd probably reel it back in and be like, this ain't my real husband, my real girlfriend or whatnot, So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends. It depends on what's going on or whatever. But yeah, as Carrie finds out that she just wants her to leave so she can have her way with Spence.
Yeah. Oh god.
So now we're back at the dinner party, and Holly ends up bringing her uncle Bernard.
That's right.
What is his occupation?
Okay, he is a barber.
He's a barber.
Good
And how
job.
long's he been doing that? How long's he been cutting hair?
I took a mental picture of it. I want to say he said 45 years?
There you go, man. You hit the nail right on the head. Dusty, I don't know. you know, I'm not trying to stump people, and I'm glad they get, our guests get these right. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think they're easy questions a lot of the time.
They're not.
No.
They're not. Not at all.
I think our guests are just very zoned in and very dedicated, and I love that.
Yep.
I love that
Yep.
about you guys.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
All right, yeah. So Holly's bonus points. Why? So Uncle Bernard comes at the last minute. Why is that?
Because I can't remember the doctor's name, but Arthur's apparently suing him. So so he didn't feel comfortable seeing of going because he's suing him. So
The doctor didn't, right?
Yeah, I just can't remember the doctor's name. That's the only thing.
I can't
a
remember it
separate
either,
issue.
but yeah, Arthur gets so offended and pissed off that the doctor doesn't want to come, even though Arthur's
a
suing the
separate issue.
doctor. Yeah, exactly. Oh man,
Oh, God.
like some of the stuff he comes up with, man, is just
Right.
so funny in that.
Yes.
in that.
Oh yes.
It's so great.
Rest in peace, Jerry Stiller, man.
Absolutely. R.I.P.
Yep.
Jerry Stiller. All right, now we're back at the ballpark, and a foul ball is coming Doug's way. What does he end up doing?
He ends up catching the foul ball and kind of shoving it in the face of that little kid.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. And gets a lot of ridicule from the fans. And
Oh yeah.
We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
You ever
But,
done that, Steven?
Yeah, he's. Have I ever done that?
Yeah.
What? Caught a ball and then shoved it in a little kid's face like that?
Or take it away from a kid.
Oh God.
No, so I'll tell you one thing. When I was a kid, I had never gotten any balls, any foul balls or home run balls or anything. But my kids, when I take my kids to a Yankees game or to any game, obviously one of their main goals is to get a ball.
Yeah.
So we were at a game a couple of years ago when Greg Bird was still on the Yankees. And I think he either threw it to me or my older son, and he was like pointing at us like, "You better give that to the kid," meaning like my other, younger sons.
Yeah.
And he kept going, "You got to give it to him." I'm like, "Dude, I'm giving it. It's my son. I'll give it to
Right,
him."
yeah.
That's the closest I've ever come to taking a ball from a kid.
Well,
But,
I see where he's coming
um,
from though. Because
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of adults out there that will take the balls from the kids. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's nuts. It's nuts. And it's a ball. I mean, listen, I get it. It's cool. It's a Major League Baseball. It was on the field and all that. But, some of these people got to, take a, chill pill and calm
It's for
down
the
a
kids,
little bit.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch all these YouTube things, and I like seeing the genuine sharing of kids sharing balls to other kids, or like a grown adult giving a ball to
Yeah.
a kid. I think that's
Yeah.
always cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
If my kids weren't with me and I ever got a foul ball, the first thing I do is look around to see if there's
Exactly.
a kid around.
Yep.
If
Oh,
not, I'd keep it. And
Yeah.
But if there's a kid around and my kids aren't around, they'll probably kill me for giving it away. But
I would do the same thing right away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, you gotta.
Hell, when I was
Yeah,
16.
you guys. Not to get too.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead, Steven.
No, I was gonna say not to get too far off topic, but do you guys watch Impractical Jokers at all?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know what
I
you're
have
talking
that
about.
instantly in my head. Yes, I love
Yeah.
that show 1,000,000%. Oh my God.
That
Yeah,
scene was
absolutely.
hilarious.
Oh, though.
That punishment where Joe had to
Yeah.
keep taking balls from the kid. That's what I kept thinking about, man.
I
Yeah.
cringe all the time seeing that punishment. I'm like, I
Yes.
it was so
don't know how
cringy.
Joe did it. I don't know
Yes.
how he did it. He's like, yeah, number 8 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's going on eBay.
Yeah.
Who was the Mets? It was a pitcher, right? I
Yes.
can't remember who the Mets pitcher was. Who was in on it?
Oh, I see the
Senegal?
episode in my
Can't remember.
head. I just can't think of it.
No, not Senegal.
Yeah. It might have been.
I think it does start with a Z though. I think I remember like the name on the back. I think it does. I think it started with a Z.
Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah. How about you, Dusty? You ever had taken a foul ball away from a kid or?
When I was 16, we went to. I think I was 16. We went to watch the Cubs play the Pirates at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, which is probably one of the most beautiful stadiums I've ever been to. But whenever I would go to the batting practice and try to catch home run balls, and I remember I got Marcus Giles. I don't know if you remember Marcus Giles, but he used to play for the Braves. And he hit one into the seats, and I ran and got it. I had at least 2 or 3 kids on my back trying to get that baseball. And I was 16 at the time, so I was like, I got to keep this ball. And then so later on the day, like when the players got done warming up, we got tossed a ball from one of the players. I can't remember who it was. But this kid came up to me, and I gave it to him. And I was 16, so I gave it to him. And his dad came down and said, I really appreciate it. And my brother was sitting beside me. He was like, let me buy you 2 a beer. And I was like, I can't have a beer. I'm 16.
You told him that? Oh,
yeah. I mean, I was with my parents, so there was no way I was drinking a beer.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Funny,
I thought it was funny that he offered me a beer for giving him one of the baseballs.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool.
That's awesome.
One thing, I know it's a Cubs tradition, and they started doing it at Yankee Stadium like a couple years ago, is throwing a home run ball back from the opposite team.
Yeah.
I've always thought you get kicked out of the stadium when you do that. I mean, right, Andrew?
A lot of stadiums will do that.
If you ever seen Rookie of the Year, like the kids throw that ball back,
right.
And I'm like, why throw? Like, I get it, it's not your team, but like, why?
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely a tradition started in Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
So, all right, you got 2 more questions left, Andrew.
Alrighty.
And then we'll get on to quotes and ponderings.
No problem.
What does Arthur claim after he gets frustrated hearing all of Bernard's stories? This might be a tricky one.
Yeah.
That he's not the only homophobic guy with stories. Like, he's not the only gay guy or had any love interests with other men.
Yeah.
Yes, to quote it is, he said, and I had to write this one down, that he had a fabulous gay past of encounters with thousands of men.
Yeah. Thousands of men.
He's not the only person who,
Mm-hmm.
Gay men, straight men, bodybuilders.
Yeah. He starts listing off everybody basically at the table.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's so funny because like he's obviously so jealous of Bernard because he's playing the piano. He's telling all these great stories about Elvis and the Beatles and everything.
Yep.
And he gets so jealous that he just starts making up stories about his past. Yep. He starts talking about his drill sergeant and all that. And oh my God, it's so funny.
Didn't he tell Holly he was going to punch her in the face for bringing Bernard or something like that?
Yes.
That was one of my quotes. He goes, if I wasn't a gentleman, I would punch you square in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. Yep. And I don't think that's the first time he's threatened to punch somebody on the show.
Yeah.
I think it was the same person, actually. It was another episode.
It might have been Holly, right?
Yeah. He said something like, tell the truth or else I will what's the word? I will skin myself up. I tend to bleed very easily.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like a ripe banana.
Oh my God.
Yes.
All right. Last question, Andrew. What happens to Doug at the end of the episode?
Okay. He starts fighting with Deacon, and he gets thrown out of the game by police.
Yep. I think he gets arrested. I'm going to go with he gets arrested only because I would love to see him back in Mets jail. Dusty, that was the first episode we ever talked about, was when he got thrown in Mets jail.
Piazza!
So I'm just going to go with that. Yep. Piazza! Yeah, shout out to my cousin Mike for that one, right?
Yeah, right.
First guest on the show. First guest on the show, Mike. Hopefully you're listening. So yeah, Doug gets. I'm gonna say he gets arrested. He definitely gets escorted out by the police.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's a great episode.
Such a good show. All right. Well, you pretty much went 12 for 12, Andrew.
I am happy about that.
You know, we have lots of prizes to choose from, and I'm just kidding. I wish we did.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm all right with that.
We did.
I'm used to getting left out anyway.
You get the bragging rights. The bragging
That's right.
rights.
I'll take that.
So we're gonna go into a little quotes and ponderings. When Bernard was playing the piano, he obviously, like, it was like so obvious he wasn't even touching the keys. He's just like literally, putting his hands up and down and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty funny. And then my favorite quote was the "If I wasn't a gentleman, I'd punch you square in the mouth." When he says that to Holly. Andrew, what about you? Favorite parts or quotes or anything like that?
Okay, my favorite part and quote would be when Doug is finished putting the mayonnaise on the hot dog. He goes walking to where he to the skybox, and as he's trying to get in, as she's the client is on her cell phone, obviously puts mayonnaise on the hot dog, and she goes, "Well, a gentleman would have waited." And then Doug goes, "You know what? That's a great point. You want to know what do you want to know what another great point is?"
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Does it right in her face, man. That was
great.
That was great.
It's so funny.
She's covered in mayo and mustard and ketchup.
Yeah. I'm covered in everything. Oh my god.
What about you, Dusty?
Well, like he was talking about, I like that part, and the in between from when he was putting all the stuff on his hot dog and from bumping into the lady, the part where he crouched down in the corner, he's getting ready to eat his food. He said, "Come on, dude, you're better than that." Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a typical
Deacon,
Doug thing.
You're better than that, man.
Yeah. And then Carrie, whenever the
line.
client gets back into the skybox, she was like all pissed off, and Carrie was like, "What's wrong?" And she was like, "Some guy bumped into me, and who puts mayonnaise on the hot dog?" And then Carrie's like, "I know. The only person in the world that puts mayonnaise on a hot dog." She knew.
Yeah.
She knew who it was.
Exactly. She knew right away it was Doug.
Yeah.
She was pissed.
Yeah.
She was pissed.
Can I say one more thing, actually?
Yeah. Andrew, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's another, like, going along with what Dusty said. After she tries to find Doug and Deacon, I love the part where Doug goes, where Carrie goes, after you put your hot dog on my client. Well, how about she put her in my hot dog?
Yeah.
I love that part too.
That's
such a good part, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of good parts in this episode, especially the dinner one. The dinner one was hilarious.
Oh, definitely.
The dinner scenes. It's so funny because it's it's just so funny that it's kind of like a random thing, and it's got all these random characters.
Yeah.
You know, it's got the bag boy from the grocery store.
Yeah.
Lou Ferrigno. Dusty, something I was thinking about. We've done a lot of episodes so far with Lou Ferrigno.
Yes, we have.
You know, he was only in 18 episodes, and we've done a bunch of them already.
Yeah, we have.
He's done 18 episodes?
He was on 18 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I thought it was more than that. Because he joined in season 4 or something.
Yeah.
That's all he's been on, and it's crazy.
Wow.
Because you think of it, and he's on. You know, he's very memorable. He's very memorable in the show.
Definitely.
Yep.
So, so that kind of goes into our ratings and review part. Unless you guys have anything else to that you want to talk about, favorite parts or anything.
I was gonna say I would rate the show like a 9 out of 10 because it's so funny. I just love the part where Doug catches that ball and just rubs it in the face. Yeah, how do you like that? How about that?
Yeah.
So Andrew gets right into it. I love the transition. He gets right into it. 9 out of 10.
Definitely.
Perfect. That's a very respectable, very great review and rating. Where would it lose points for you, though, Andrew?
I just would say it mainly the dinner part. Yes, it was funny, but I think it could have been a little bit more funny. Because there was parts where I thought it was maybe a little not so funny, but there was definitely the memorable parts of Arthur's obviously saying that he is that he had past gay lovers and all that.
Yeah. All right. Well, IMDb had 275 user ratings, so not that many that we're used to. It's usually in the 3s or 400s.
Okay.
IMDb user raters 7.9 out of 10, so it's kind of a lower score than what we're used to. We always do a Facebook poll. This week we had 35 ratings, and it got a 3.5 out of 5. So that equates to like a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
This one is one of the lowest ones, right, Dusty? That
Yes,
we've seen.
Yep.
And we only had 1 5-star rating because we do, we give options from 1 to 5 stars.
Right.
Normally it's multiple 5 stars, and then it was mostly 4s. It was a couple of 3s, mostly 4s, and then there was a 2-star and then a 1-star. So yeah, that's what kind of brought it down. Andrew, you already did yours at 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Dusty, what about you? What would you rate this episode?
This is tough. I mean, this is a funny episode. I mean, I laughed throughout the whole episode. I personally, for me, I like this episode. I think it's like one of the best to me personally, and I'll give you the reason in a second. But I'm gonna give this like an 8.8. But
wow.
the reason I love this show and I think it's like really good is because it had a lot of actors in this episode. And I feel like usually like when you it had Jerry Stiller, because it's going to get above an 8 with Jerry Stiller. But I feel like, usually the shows we do, Jerry is always with Doug, but that wasn't the case this episode. So he was separate and had his own, people with him. And then, of course, Doug had his own people with him also. So I think that's why I liked it so much. I always love when Doug and Arthur are together. But even when they weren't together, they were hilarious. I thought Doug was funny at the Mets game, and I thought Arthur was funny with his dinner party. I thought that's why I liked it so much. And it's crazy because it's usually, if those two are separate, it's not as good. But, this one, it was. Now, where it lost points to me was probably, I don't know, maybe the stealing the ball from the kid, maybe. I don't know. That's another. That's another.
I'm
tough
surprised
because you can't really it's hard. Like you don't want to give a certain score, but like when you give a certain score, you just don't know where it lost points, and it's really tough. But I give it an 8.8. I like this episode. I thought it was funny. A lot of great scenes and quotes in this one.
All right, very respectable score. So far we have a 9 and an 8.8. I'm going to be the downer here, folks. I'm going to be the downer. I'm going to give it in the 7s. I'm going to do like a 7.7. Andrew's not happy about that one. I'll tell you why, though. I don't like the way it kind of flowed, to be honest with you. I know it had a lot of great parts. Whenever it involves like a sport like baseball, it's always funny. Doug getting arrested again and probably going to Mets jail again. That I think is just hilarious. But I don't know. Just the two storylines were just so different. And,
I can see that.
They didn't converge at all. Like they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like where you liked it, Dusty, was that it was like two separate storylines.
Right.
I didn't I didn't like that as much.
Yeah, that's
I
understandable.
do like when they interact and all that.
Yes.
But
yes.
7.7.
Still
Not
a
my
good
worst
score.
score that I've given. It's not a bad score.
It's a solid C plus.
Solid C plus. It's definitely better than the Facebook poll. Then our
Right.
Facebook poll was brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal on this one.
And I'm wondering where, we got all the, ones and twos from, because I saw a post on the King of Queens group about how, this lady didn't like the way Doug was always saying gay and stuff like that and all that, and I totally understand that. And that's probably why it lost points was, for that reason. Even though it was Jerry Stiller doing those scenes, but I could understand why I probably lost points for that.
Yeah, okay, I could see that too. What were you gonna say, Andrew?
I was just gonna say I also enjoyed the part where Holly tells Arthur that, listen, I want this dinner party to go well because someone's playing footsies with me, and I think it's what's the guy's name?
Roberto.
Enrique.
Roberto, Roberto.
Yeah.
And then the cold ending where it's actually George, Arthur's friend from the senior center.
Yeah.
I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, he goes, is this going anywhere? Yeah. I thought Holly was going to be like, I thought it would be funnier if Holly was like, all right, sure.
Oh my God. I think everyone would have laughed at that.
Yep.
So, all right, cool. Well, we're getting to the point where we're kind of wrapping up. We always give the opportunity for our guests to plug anything. Andrew, do you have anything to plug?
I'll plug my Twitter. You can follow me at sportsfan_1994. That's the year I was born. And let's see. I'll plug my I have a pay-per-view predictions on Insta. I follow pro wrestling, and I have about 20 people in this group, and I have them predict matches from WWE, AEW, New Japan, NWA, whatever show is on for pay-per-views.
Okay.
And they predict, they send them to me, and I'll calculate, give everyone fake titles, and just it's just for bragging rights. So
cool.
Follow me on pay-per-view predictions on Insta.
Awesome.
Nice.
That sounds like fun, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dusty, what about us? You want to plug our social?
Sure will. Let's. Our Facebook is at the Shutty Uppy Podcast. Let's talk I'm sorry. I'm getting everything mixed up. Our Facebook is
You're
Shutty
combining
Uppy.
everything.
Right? Yeah. Our Facebook is Shutty Uppy. Let's talk King of Queens Podcast, and our Instagram is the Shutty Uppy Podcast. And I got more TikToks coming up. My wife's already promised me to do one tonight, so I'm gonna have one done tonight. Hopefully, she better not turn on it.
Nice. Oh.
Andrea.
I love those, by the way. They're so funny. The very first time I saw it, I was on the floor. I was on the floor because it was so funny.
I appreciate it, man.
That's great, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, he does great with those.
I'm ready to get back into
and
them.
our email address. Yeah, you got to get back into them.
Yes, man.
And our email address is kingofqueenspodcast@gmail.com. That's kingofqueenspodcast@gmail.com. Nobody is emailing me. I want an email, man. Just one.
Hey, I think
Just
Andrew
say
just
hi.
wrote down
Just
the
whatever.
email.
Tell me
I wrote down all those
Yep.
3 things. I'm definitely
There
going to
you go.
follow
I
you
saw
guys now.
that.
All right.
you go.
Andrew, I appreciate it, bud.
Definitely.
Uh,
This was fun. I enjoyed this so much. Very creative
Dusty,
podcast, too, so very
I
clever,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.